Hi lads, in this video I'm going to go through the activity on page 35 of your book. It tells the elevation of a cube of 50mm side is shown in figure 2.35, so this view here. Draw the plan and elevation of the cube. So we're told it's inclined. We can see from it, it's also inclined on only one point. So the last one we looked at, we had a full edge where it was resting. This time it's resting on a point only. So what we need to do first is draw our XY line, and because it's inclined on a point, we have no true length of any of its sides, but we're told the true length of each side is going to be 50mm. The first thing you need to do is, at the side of your page, we're just going to draw a little picture of a cube of side 50mm. By drawing that, we can see the true shape, and we also have the length of the diagonal, which is important to the question. And we just label it A, B, C, and D. Next thing we'll do is actually get the elevation set up. Just going to move over here and I'm going to set that point as A there. I'm told it's inclined at 35 degrees from point A. So we're going to put 35 degrees. And then I'm told that the height up is 35. So I'll just measure 35 there. And just take that point across. And that gives me point C there. I don't know the height yet either. Or sorry, I do know the height is 50mm, because I'm told in the question each side is 50mm. So what I can do is, I can go like this here, take my height there, and apply my 50mm there. And keep my lines parallel. Now I have the outline of the actual cube itself. But I don't know the position of corners where B and D is yet. So in order to find that, I'll need to take an auxiliary view. I'm going to take an auxiliary plan looking in along this direction here. So what I need to do is extend my lines out here. And I'll just take my points up then. So the first thing I'm going to do is, for the true shape, I have it here already. So I need to redraw it in the position here where C here is and A there is. So what I can do is I can label that there is C, and I know for A is going to be this distance away there. So same on both, I can take this from B to D as well, the exact same as C to A, so the diagonal are the exact same. And I just swing that there. That gives me A there. What I can do then is try to put those two together. And then what I can do then is I can bisect this length here. Instead of bisecting it, just take my long diagonal here, save me a few steps. Take this distance here, mark it as the halfway point, and perpendicular to that. What I then need to do is take the length of each of my sides. They're all going to be the same. It's a square. I can swing A from there and C from there. And you see when I extend my line then, passes through that point, give me my corner. That gives me two sides there. What I then do is the exact same again here. Take my distance, swing it from C, swing it from A, and I get the opposite corner there. So that shows me the true shape of one of the face sides of my cube. What I can then do is, so my views are kind of going inside each other just with the space I have on the page, I can just create an XY line then just slightly below it, and I'll use this X1, Y1 line to measure down into my plan, to get the plan shape. And also what I can do now is I can take my angle here, and that gives me, I already have corner A there going down. This will give me corner D, and that appears dashed, so it's hidden detail. Corner B is the top one here. And that appears heavy. So that's B there. That's D there. So I have A, B, C, and D. So I've now found all those points. And the last thing I need to do then is take all of these down into my plan. So first off, I'll take down A, B, C, D here. Create my little false XY line again. Just use my little X and Y one, or you can take it from your plan itself. And I need to take my heights. So my height up to A, take it down to my plan. So remember, we always go two views back. If we're taking the height from the XY line to A, one view back is into my elevation, two views back is into my plan. That gives me point A there. Point D is that point there. Height from the X1 and Y1 line to C, follow it down, there's that corner there, and then my height from B, so you can't actually see it where the camera is positioned, so B is just slightly above it. You can see B there. What I can do is I can connect A, B, C, and D together. And you'll notice that they're all going to be parallel to each other. So A, B, and C, D are parallel. And then A, D, and C, B are also going to appear parallel. I just need to do our corresponding corners. So top one there, we'll call it A1, call that D1, call that B1, and call this C1. So from the X1, Y1, A1 is my bottom point there. So take my height up to A again, follow it down, it's going to give me A1 down there. Sorry, the top one should be on this this line here. A1 is going to be from here. That gives me A1. Then I go across to D1 then, so take D1 down. Take my height, mark it there. There's D1 there. Just check A, it should be in line there with A actually, so I took the wrong height. That there. A1 should be down there, because the heights never change. And just to speed up the bit of time, B and C are going to be the same heights as well, so what we can do is take B1 down there, take that across, there's B1 there, and then C1 down there, and just take C across to where C1 is. And same idea again, all those lines are going to appear parallel as well. A1 to B1, C1 to D1, and then B1 to C1, and finally D1 to A1. And we look down our plan, those corners connect there, they're always going to be parallel as well. And what I can actually see when I look down my plan, you can see all of this outline being heavy there. Looking down my plan, I can see the top surface A1, B1, C1 and D1. So A1, B1, C1 and D1 are going to appear heavy at all times. Now I look down, I can see surface C. It's going to be heavy there as well. D on the far corner as well. And then make sure that line's drawn heavy. And then the rest is going to be hidden detail in behind. And that completes the question there. Just slide the page down a bit so you can see. So you can see there, I've got a bit more space just for where the camera is positioned on the sheet. If I move a bit more up, so you can see I have loads of space above just where the camera was. And just the last thing I'll do is just use a colour just to show some of my heights. So for example, this height here, from the XY line to A, that's the equivalent of my false XY that I created there, that line just below it. That gives me that point there. And then remembering to use a long diagonal. So for example, we took AC, that distance there is the exact same as here because we're just taking a true shape, and then each of our sides are the exact same as here, so we took our 50 mil. So hopefully that video helps anybody who might be stuck on that question.